Hey everybody, I'm Kyo Nozari, and I'm here to talk to you about my fourth studio album, Fingerprints. So a brief history of me. I am a New York City-based recording artist, producer, mixer, and DJ. My first album, Late Night VIP, had 3 hits. Rewind was a Billboard Top 20 hit on the dance charts. Close Enough was an international hit signed to Armin van Buuren's Armada label. And the third song, Question of Monogamy, had a very popular video on the Logo Network where it was voted the ultimate sexiest video. The second album, Love Boutique, had a hit called Acceptable to You, which was popular on Top 40 radio, college radio, and indie radio. And my last album, Headspace, in addition to having an incredible mention in Billboard magazine, also had a top 100 hit in the UK on the alternative pop chart, peaking at number 63. And while I'm mostly focused now on my own music production, I did DJ for over a decade, having residencies at queer spaces throughout New York City. And most notably, I also was a resident for more than a decade on Fire Island in the Fire Island Pines. I also performed all around New York in support of my first 2 albums. So why Fingerprints? Well, in addition to it being the name of a song on the album, to me it just perfectly encapsulated all the different songs on the album. When you think about it, a fingerprint is something that's left behind. And we meet all kinds of different people in our lives, whether they be lovers or friends or acquaintances, and people touch us and affect us. So especially during quarantine time when people weren't physically touching us, it was a real moment for me to think about people that had touched me in many respects, sexually, emotionally, spiritually, and all the different ways people can touch us. So in a way, this album is a meditation of sorts on the different ways people touch us. Fingerprint is also something left from the past. So I got to thinking about the musical influences that are on this from past decades. For me, some of my biggest influences come from 70s disco, 80s synth pop, 90s R&B. Those are fingerprints, musical fingerprints that have been left on me. And the third way I was thinking about this was a fingerprint is something unique to you. And so this album is something, while influenced by other things, is still something synthesized through me that's unique to me. One of the things that I think sets me apart as an artist is that I love doing everything myself. I write the songs myself, I produce them myself, I mix them myself, I do all the artwork myself. Lately I've been directing the videos myself. However, I was really fortunate this time around to have some incredible musicians contribute. So first off, we have 2 incredible performers and singers who I'm lucky enough to count as friends for over a decade. Not only that, they are 2 courageous, exceptional human beings, 2 empowered Black trans women. And that is Peppermint and Mila Jam. Peppermint, you may know, she was on RuPaul's Drag Race, I think it's season 9, and she was the first trans woman to originate a role on Broadway on the show Head Over Heels. Peppermint sings on a sassy and raps on a sassy self-empowerment song called Treat Yourself. Treat Yourself I wrote to uplift everyone, but also specifically the queer and especially the trans community. The philosophy or intention of the song is no matter what is happening out in the world and no matter how other people are treating you, the most important thing is how you treat yourself. And so I hope it uplifts people and they can find some self-empowerment in the words. And I think they're especially powerful, also fun, coming from Peppermint. Mila Jam is an international pop sensation, and very recently she was in Chicago and she was brought on stage by Shaka Khan to sing I'm Every Woman with her. So Mila is in a song called Summer Sex Magic, and we did a 70s inspired music video for that song that I absolutely love, that I directed. Also playing on this album, I had the good fortune to have 2 musicians from the Broadway show Hamilton, and that is Robin Megatenge on guitar and Richard Hammond on bass, and they play on various songs throughout the album. They're both sensational musicians, and I was so lucky to have them play on this. So finally, on mastering, I just have the great honor to have Randy Merrill master my music. He has an unparalleled roster of pop artists whose albums he masters, including Harry Styles, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, the list goes on. Such a great fortune for me to have him be the last person who touches my music before it's sent out into the world. Fingerprints is meant to be an experience as an album, to be listened to from beginning to end. I like to think I run you through all the emotions. It starts out very lusty and campy, with pants, about wanting to get in someone's pants, and then progressively becomes more serious as you start to fall in love with someone. And then the eventual heartbreak, the devastation of it not working out, and landing in the it's gonna be okay stage, where you're more empowered and have learned a lot about yourself. And hopefully by listening to this album, something made unique to me, I will leave something behind that will touch and inspire and be my fingerprint on you. Thank you.